here live here on the Dukect Lounge. Phone number to join me, Dukect, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444, and the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. If you got the TalkShoe app, it's a free one, by the way. You got the TalkShoe Live Pro 2.0. You just download it here. You can do the shoe phone and just talk to me there, baby, and you have a nice conversation. All right, and yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me live here in the Dukect Lounge. It has been a very interesting week. It's been a cold week here. Got a bit of snow around here, these parts, past couple of days around where I live. And it's going to get a lot worse, supposedly, because next week is going to be not only one snowstorm, but two big snowstorms. Ha, 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 ha. So, yeah, people on the East Coast, buckle down, people. The snow ain't going anywhere. Winter is not leaving us yet. It's going to be a tough one, people. Just bear with us, and we're going to be just fine, all right? Okay, remember, people, there's always a chat room on Locker. But remember, all people in the comment section or what have you, you can go down here and talk to people, talk to me and everything else, and I will try to reply to your comments and questions and all, because I am thankful for any comment I get. Anyway, we got a guest, too, here in the chat room. Thank you so much for listening to me here live on the Dukect Lounge. Yeah. Okay, now we got to get some news here, and I suppose let's get some of the wrestling stuff here. And supposedly the big news that's going on, not the WWE network crashing, what have you, which I expected. You know, it's the first week of this whole major experiment for the WWE. It's something I'm going to probably be getting. I keep flip-flopping. I keep flip-flopping from getting it to not getting it. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Hopefully I might get it next week. If not, well, I'm going to probably get it before WrestleMania. I am busy doing some interesting stuff when I do get it, the WWE Network, but that's on the hush-hush standards and such. It's in the beginning, it's in the larval stage, if you will. So, anyway, but the big news story here is John Cena, the WWE, is supposedly hurt. He supposedly had a very his knee injury, what have you, where the Wyatts came down and did the usual beat down, what have you. He had some real trouble with his knee, and boom, he has something. You saw something on television that his knee went a little bit out there. His knee went this way instead of that way. It supposedly John Cena is going to be hurt for a good long while. But then some people saying it's a work, it's a storyline. I don't really think, to me, it really pretty be stupid just to have doing an injury storyline at this moment. I don't know. I don't know. It just bothers me because it just seems like we have to write Cena as a guy who overcomes the odds, instead of having like Bray Wyatt just attack him and, just have a match or what have you at WrestleMania or something like that. Have a match at WrestleMania. And instead of having John Cena doing this faux pas, he's against the odds or what have you. It doesn't do anything a service to Bray Wyatt. It says Bray Wyatt beats him. He didn't beat 100% Cena. And if Cena overcomes the odds yet again, you have Bray Wyatt can't beat an injured Cena. Which actually, funny thing enough, he can beat a 100% Daniel Bryan, but can't beat an injured Cena. Which, and believe it or not, even Daniel Bryan beating an injured Cena. So what is even the hell? Hell, I mean, Cena was hurt, and he's still beat Del Rio clean or what have you, and I don't know, it's weird. It's a whole weird thing about this whole thing. But my whole thoughts about this is this, that if Cena is actually hurt, I say let him rest. I do not, because honestly, I keep saying this thing. I've been saying this for years. I feel like I've said this every year. Because in fact, I think for the past like 6-7 years, he's been hurt. You know, it's just like every year he's like getting hurt or something. I don't know what's going on here. I do not know what is going on with John Cena. John Cena is hurt, and I don't get it. I really don't get how John Cena is just still, you know. I mean, he's getting hurt all the time, and I'm worried for the poor boy. I'm worried for him, people. I'm worried for John Cena because I don't know what he's going to do in his career, what have you. It's you know, it's going to. I don't know what's going to happen if Cena is injured. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen with his. You know, I don't know if he is. Maybe this is the sign for John to just be like, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to hit the bricks, man. It's time for me to go. And it's something I think that John Cena really needs to reconsider. I think they actually need him to reconsider him starting to really start leaving. I think he needs to start actually thinking about retirement because I do not want to see him in a wheelchair. Maybe that's why CM Punk left. Maybe his body was so broken down and injured. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to get what I'm going to get at WrestleMania. I'm going to lose to Triple H. I'm going to do all this stuff. My body's hurt. Why put himself in this situation? Why put himself there? Why put himself through all that stuff? At the end of the day, it's not going to be really worth it. For the fans, I mean, yeah, it was great. That was CM Punk stuff, but he's like, dude is injured and dude's hurt. At this point, why put him in this situation? Why do that? So, you know what? I think this is actually something I really believe this. I believe that John Cena needs to, think about actually retiring because it's supposedly a dislocated knee. What John Cena suffered, if you see right there in the video version of the podcast, is basically you see the injury right here. And I don't think you can fake that. I don't think that's fake. And some people say it is or isn't. I don't think it's fake. When he landed, it looks like he did. And he's a trooper. I give him that. I give Cena that. He's a trooper. But at this point, I think you gotta look and say, yeah, John, you, I really hope that you actually get this, because a lot of people say that it's a work or not. I hope it's not. I hope it is, but again. Again, I think that it looks like he did I think he does, again, dislocated his knee. It looks something like, yeah, I see John Cena might be out. And if he is out, I don't know what's going to happen. This might be a real disaster for the WWE if he's really out. Anyway, I'll take a small little break here. We'll be right back, and we're going to be talking about something in our industry that's been in a bit of a pickle, ladies and gentlemen. That's like the video game industry. And supposedly something very interesting about Microsoft and and their gaming console, the Xbox, and the future of what it is. So we'll be taking a look at this after this little song break from the OC Remix playlist I have here. Thank you so much for listening to me, Dukect live here on the Dukect Lounge. We'll be right back right after this. And we are back live here on the Dukect Lounge. Phone number to connect me to Dukect is 724-444-7444. Again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the caller ID to connect me to Dukect is 92417. Again, the caller ID is 92417. Well, oh man, this is something interesting. I found this over because of the Review Tech USA video I saw yesterday, actually, and it shocked me. Really shocked me. Is that Xbox, Microsoft's? Let me get this. This from GameSpot's. GameSpot reporting this. Lee Markovich. Probably misspelled that. Here's this. Xbox Division's new boss is the guy who reportedly wanted to sell it off. Let me just see this. And I quote, one Nokia executives, Stefan Elop, will take over Microsoft's Devices and Studios division, the business unit that includes Xbox and Surface. That's probably another Microsoft-related thing that they had over Microsoft they're doing. And here it is, interesting and ironically, a Bloomberg report from November said Elop would consider selling off the Xbox unit if he was named the next Microsoft CEO. And supposedly that was his deal, and yet that position was filled last month by Satya Nadella, who is a good supporter of the Xbox. Supposedly, but this is Satya Nadella. He is the new CEO of Microsoft, and he's actually really behind the Xbox, and the Xbox need all the help it can get at this point because they are lagging behind in sales of the PS4. And quite honestly, there's not much really interesting to get up on. The Xbox, sure, Titanfall. But I'm going to say this right now, Titanfall, as good as it is, it's a massive. It's basically what was that game that came up? Oh, it's basically Tribes aerial assault that came from the PS2, I think. Or what's another thing that just basically is just for multiplayer and have no story mode whatsoever? That type of stuff. And I think they're shooting themselves in the foot. And I hope they hope they actually start getting some stuff that I hope it works. Because if it doesn't, people, I honestly would not be surprised by this. would not be surprised by this one. So supposedly, there was a rumor going around that Amazon was going to buy the Xbox, the whole brand, from Microsoft. Amazon. The guys who are going to send a drone, send packages by drone or what have you. Those guys. And, I guess, too, just left. He has a great computer. I don't know. Sad. Anyway, it says supposedly that, it's not going to happen. Supposedly, there was a rumor from an insider, famous Mortimer, a.k.a. Pete Dodd, said this, that supposedly Microsoft is looking to dump the Xbox probably because of the bad sales and how much the money is lost. You have to remember, people, Microsoft Microsoft is basically a PC software company. It's not a full game company. It's not like Nintendo, which is the bread and butter is gaming or what have you. Same with Sony, which honestly they're looking pretty. No, the PS4 is selling fine now, but they've lost a ton of money getting into gaming stuff. The PS3 set them back a hell of a lot, and Microsoft's doing the same thing. But supposedly, this stuff right here is ridiculous. So they said the guys who says it's not real, it's not happening. But we have this person who's supposedly the person who is the new division. The new division of Xbox wanted to sell off. If he was the CEO who wanted to sell off Xbox, and these pieces start to fit when these rumors start flying around. You gotta wonder how long is before it take what happens if the Xbox say F it? What happens if people? I want to say this right now. If Microsoft says, you know what, the negatives outweigh the positive here. We're gonna get rid of this thing. Amazon or whoever, you want this thing, you can have it. Same thing with Sony. I mean, their television. No one buys a Sony TV. They're taking a huge hit from that. I think they lost like $1.1 billion, but they're going to be fine. Most of this products. Most of the stuff is, not doing. They're doing fine, but the gaming stuff is doing good. It's showing somewhat of a profit. This is the first time they showed a profit since I think the PS2. Because, remember, the PS2, when that sold, that was over one of the highest selling consoles of all time, right? That's why I watched it. It's the first selling console of the entire time. And it was, the stock price was $100 billion for Sony, and then just dropped way down for the PS3, just completely went to $1 billion or something. It took a huge hit. Yeah, it's been a rough round for Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. All three of the major console producers have been hitting for real rough times. This stuff right here, this stuff, again, is worrying because people don't really want to see what's going on here. Most people are not talking about this. I know Review Tech USA talks about this. I know Razorfist talked about this. I know I shouldn't be worried about this since I'm only a gamer, laws, who cares about that? But, this stuff affects everybody. This stuff here matters. This stuff here is important. And I know people want to bash the Wii U for sucking and failing. But this right here, what Microsoft is going through, what Sony is going through. I love these guys, but people from Such a Cat Studios, they don't talk about this stuff. They don't talk about the other rounding effects of the industry. They're not talking about how badly Capcom. They talk bad about Capcom, but they're not talking about Irrational Games getting taken out. They're not talking about Xbox lagging behind. They're not talking about how Sony, the company Sony. besides the PS4, everything else is running at a loss. It is, to me, gaming is just, holy goodness, it is going in a tailspin. And when you to me, the real red flag is the game when I look at irrational games. Is that when someone, a developer, can make all that money or what have you, and they have to close down the studio? I mean, at AAA, that means one thing, that these guys, the AAA stuff, maybe they saw something. Maybe they saw something that, you know what, this is not good for the price. It's not making us good. It's not making us money, and not in the short term, but in the long term. They're not making any money from making these big AAA games. You see stuff like this from Resident Evil 6, Tomb Raider, and I guarantee the list goes on and on and on. I mean, sure, you have the big hits like Call of Duty. You have the big hits like Call of Duty, GTA, or Mario, Madden, or what have you. But overall, I mean, the gaming industry as a whole the sales are lacking. I mean, it's sick. It's sad. It's really sad how badly gaming is right now. And yet no one seems to talk about this stuff. No one seems to really care about this. It's scary, and it is frightening. And I don't want to sound like these fearmongers. If I do sound one of these fearmongers, tell me if I'm going far or something like that. I'm being conspiratorial. Please tell me, comment, PM me, what have you. Just tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, I know XC80, I think 89, 69, whatever. He's going to be like, man, you're wrong. Just tell me I'm wrong. But when you look at this stuff right here, it's worrying to me. It's worrying to me. Again, another downer. I feel like if I'm going to talk about, screw this. I'm not going to end the show on a downer. You know what? TNA Lockdown is looking pretty good. Yeah, you know what? For the most part, I'm liking TNA Lockdown. I like it stuff here. I like Angle versus EC3. EC3, the promo was hilarious. I love that. I love that promo from EC3. And they ended the quote with that clip and everything else. And the comic sense was great enough. But they added the chant, "This is wrestling. This is wrestling." Beautiful. I love that. I love the fact that Joe is in Magnus. They have really good I think this match is going to be great. Joe rules. I can't wait for submission or knockout. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how they're going to pull off Magnus. I have Samoa Joe winning that match. Also, I have MVP's team looking. It looks like MVP's team might be in a bit of a pickle as Austin Aries screwed him over. And also, it was a pretty good little, pretty good little storyline twist. I like that. Hopefully, you have room for. I haven't read the spoilers, thank goodness, because I'm actually going to show surprise, and I'm liking it. I like it MVP, and I like the stuff in UK and tour. I'm loving it. Also, Samuel Saul is looking pretty good. I love this new character for him. I love the Gunner and James Storm stuff. And by the way, that James Storm promo, whoo, I cut to the bone right there. And I like that personal stuff. This is the James Storm team that needs to get on. And I honestly think Rude Storm, I truly believe if Rude's not going to get a title shot, which I think he could be a babyface champion, I think honestly James Storm should be the guy to carry that company forward there because dude is awesome. Yeah, and also Willow was actually pretty good too. Yeah, but I gotta say it was really a good impact, a real good impact, and I think, I really enjoying this. And I like the fact that, the impact was great. Also, I heard that NXT Arrival was very good. The pay-per-view was really good, even though 90% of the people couldn't watch. I mean, if you couldn't watch it, of course, NXT Arrival. It was good, but, supposedly WWE Network had a bit of an issue with all the people watching it. out there. Yeah, the whole thing just free. Oh yeah, that just my sound effects. It just the streams and lagged and dropped for so many people. It sucks. Yeah, but overall, a week of wrestling, people were actually positive, talking positive, and and talking real positive for it. Hey, TNA lockdowns look good, and NXT arrivals good. So hey, lifting road rises all tides. I like that. Anyway, I ended something positive. It's nice. I ended with something positive. NXT arrival, and I haven't watched that yet. But when I get the network, I will be watching it, and I will judge it myself. Hell, I'll make a review of it. I might do a review. That's if anybody wants to see me do that. Comment, rate, subscribe, or whatever things you do. Anyway, it's me, Dukect. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all. And hopefully us brothers and sisters on the East Coast, we will hopefully survive not one but two snowstorms. We'll be here. I will still be here at the Dukect Lounge, probably buried under 15 feet of snow, but I will still get the show to you because you guys are awesome. And you guys, the people, we the people, I will make sure for you guys the show must go on. Show will go on. See y'all when I see y'all later.